Alrighty, so I just got home from work. I did bring my book, The Spanish Love Deception, to work. Did I read any of it? No. Work today was super busy, so I wasn't able to actually have some downtime to read. I had to count over 5,000 business cards. Yeah, I wish there was a more efficient way. Ooh, my camera. Let's fix that. Did you see my reaction? And then I just stopped. Anyways, so yeah, there needs to be a more efficient way to count business cards, but there isn't. So there's that. We also went and got some Pieology. If you guys don't know what Pieology is, it's kind of like Mod's Pizza. You make your own pizza. You build your own pizza. So a Chipotle style pizza. There you go. And here it's my pizza. Look how amazing that is. I'm trying not to drop it, but I don't feel like moving my camera, so yeah, my husband and I are gonna go eat, and we are going to actually watch the documentary mini-series movie on Netflix. I don't know what it is. Taking Care of Maya, because I have been following that case trial. I know it's finished up, so I now want to watch the documentary with my husband. So we're gonna do that while eating our pizza. So yeah. Alrighty, so excuse my hair, it's a bit of a mess. I'm actually getting ready to go to bed, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update. I did start The Spanish Love Deception, and I realized I didn't give you guys a synopsis of this book. So this book follows a main girl named Catalina. She is going to her sister's wedding in Spain, and she needs a date, and so she decided to ask this man named Aaron, and he is very infuriating, but as she is going on and trying to pretend that she's been in love with this man, she realizes he may not be who he seems to be. So I love fake dating type tropes. It's one of my favorite tropes of all time. I'm always going to read a book with that trope in it because I'm just a sucker for it. So I love that. And this sounds so cute, and it's set in Spain. And I love weddings. I think weddings are so fun and so cute. Have I had a wedding myself? No. And you'd be surprised since I am married. But my husband and I did a court wedding, so we didn't have like a extravagant wedding reception. We are planning to, but we're just saving money for it, and then we're gonna have it later. But yeah, so I love like little weddings and fake dating, so that's the reason why I ended up picking this one, because it just sounds so cute. And as well as I've heard good reviews of this book. I am not far into it. I read probably like 3 pages, but I did want to update you guys and give you guys a synopsis of the story since I didn't give you guys one. And I realized that, so that's why I'm hopping on to give you guys the synopsis and a little bit of an update of where I'm at. And I have to say, I was a bit thrown off because when I read the first line, it said Rosie, and I had to go back and check the synopsis. And I was all like, none of the characters are named Rosie. So then I had to go and actually like read a couple pages. So that helped a bit. But I was just like, Rosie? Who's Rosie? I'm so confused. But yeah, so there was that. Anyways, I'm going to head to bed now. I will update you more once I read a little bit more of this book. So it's Tuesday. I haven't updated you guys at all today. So I did read a little bit of the Spanish Love Deception. I mainly read it at home because work was absolutely busy. We had 4 meetings happening in staggering times, so they all started at different times. So we had over 30 people coming into our office, and then we had 4 different caterings coming to our office. It was a wild day. So much to say, I did not have any downtime to read. So I did read a little bit when I got home. I was planning on taking a nap, but my sister called me to kind of give me an update. So my long lost uncle is coming to visit for Thanksgiving. So we're going to hang out on Thanksgiving Day potentially, or maybe the day after, depending on when he gets in to where I live, and then we're gonna go see him. And then my other uncle is planning on moving, so that was pretty much the update my sister gave me. Another update is we took down our Halloween lights. Ignore that, that is for donation. And we brought in our Christmas decoration. There is our beautiful doggo. We need to donate that as well. So we have that, and we have our Christmas tree, so we need to find a place to put this. I do have plans later tonight to go hang out with a classmate of my husband, so I don't know how much more reading I am going to get done. I am going to bring it with me. I highly doubt that I'm going to end up reading at all when I'm out and about with our friend, so most likely I won't get much more reading done after this update, but we will see. If not, I'll update you guys tomorrow. You know what I just realized? I gave you that update, but I didn't even tell you what my thoughts so far of this book was. And that was the whole point of the update. I just told you I read a little bit more and then went on a tangent about things that we were doing around that apartment. But I'm enjoying this. I'm really liking the main characters. I am loving the little bantering. It's very cute. And I love her friend Rosie. It's adorable, and I absolutely love what's going on right now. I am only this far in, so not very far, but I'm having a good time. The writing could be a little bit better, but I'm having a good time. Also, excuse my hair. I was laying on the couch, so there's that. I also have to leave in a few minutes anyways, so I'm glad I remembered to update you guys, let you guys know my thoughts, because that was the whole point of the update, and then I didn't even tell y'all. That was such a long drive. I was stuck in so much traffic, but I did get to read a little bit of my book before heading into work. So I'm really, really enjoying it. And now they're finally getting to the meat of the story where they're heading to Spain, and I'm super excited how that's going to go. I feel like a lot of chaos is going to ensue, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait, and I'm loving it. I love the bantering. It is so good. The tension. I just love it. I can't get enough of this. I am enjoying this so much. The writing has definitely gotten better. Way much better now that we're further into the book. So there's that. And I'm enjoying this very much. But now I have to head into work. So I can't read this for a little bit more. Hopefully I have some downtime and I can pick this up and read a little bit, but we will see. So it's Wednesday. I am heading over to my mother-in-law's place because we need to help her out with some medical paperwork, and as well just to hang out with her for a bit. And I'm bringing my book along. I am now 50% of the way through. I am absolutely loving this so much. I did get some break time at work to read a little, so I did. Oh, I love the bantering. I'm super, super excited for the rest of the story and see how it goes. All right, I'll put on my seatbelt. Stop yelling at me. Let me talk about my book. Alrighty, so we're back home from going to see my mother-in-law. We ended up staying way much later than I thought we were going to, but there was so much more paperwork that we needed to fill out. And let me tell you, they ask too many questions at the doctor's office. Way too many questions. And why do you need that kind of information? Like, they asked my mom what animal she likes. Like, what does that have to do with anything medical? That was very weird. But who knows? Maybe they want to be personable. I have no idea. But then afterwards, we went to Target, and I got 4 things, and it was very pricey, but I needed to get some more stuff for my skincare and my hair care. So I was running low on my conditioner, so I went and got more conditioner for my hair. I use a lot of conditioner because I have a lot of hair. I don't use a lot of soap like I do conditioner, so I run out much faster. This is the one that I'm currently using. I want to upgrade my soap and conditioner, but I have to do a lot more research. And the ones that I am interested in are way too expensive. And honestly, I just spent $75 on just the few items that I got, that I'm like, maybe I'll hold off on buying new shampoo. Also, if you heard that, that's our dog. He's a little whiny because he is upset that we came home later than normal. The next item I got is this lotion. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce the name because I can pronounce it in my head, but when I try to pronounce it physically, it's a tongue twister, so I'm not going to. I was originally using the CeraVe lotion, and it wasn't doing much for my skin, so I was using it all up, and then I'll buy a new one, and this is the one I wanted to try. And I've heard really good things about this company's product, so I decided to pick it up, even though it was very pricey. It was $20 for this bottle of lotion. 20. The CeraVe one was like $6, but it wasn't working for my skin, so I had to get this one to try out. So I'll let you guys know if it is a little bit better. And finally, I decided to cave. I have been wanting to get these two products in my lineup for my skincare for a very long time. I just couldn't justify forking out the money to, because every single one that I've found is at least 20 or more, and I just couldn't justify it with what I was making at the time and just like a financial situation. But finally that has stabled and I decided to suck it up and purchase it. So the first thing I got was the salicylic acid serum, 2% from the brand Naturum. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this is the product. There we go. This is the product. And I've been needing to get that because it helps with your pores. And then the next one I got is the retinol complex serum. And I've been wanting to get a retinol product for a very, very long time. Focus, please. A long time. I just been wanting to add it to my skincare. I don't have a lot of wrinkles, but start adding it early. It's my forehead that I have a lot of wrinkles, but I talk with my eyebrows. I have very expressive eyebrows and very, very full eyebrows. Ever since I was a child, I've always been made fun of my eyebrows. They've always been very full and luscious, and I'm proud of them, and I do make fun of them because they're my eyebrows. So, but yeah, so I don't remember what I was talking about, but anyways, yeah, so these are the new, I have this the wrong way. This is the two new products that I got for my skincare, and then I'm trying out a new lotion. So I ended up spending $75 because all three of these were $20 a pop. It hurts my wallet, but I won't be repurchasing these anytime soon because it's going to take me a while to use these all up. The lotion, maybe I'll use it more quickly, but these guys, I'm not going to be using it every day. These are more of a once or twice a week until my skin gets used to it, and then I'll use it. But I think it's recommended not to use this every day. I think it's like every other day, so I'll have to look up more, but yeah, so I got those. Alright, so that's what I got at Target. So I also want to show you something else because we got this the other day and I forgot to record because it was a very long night. But the item that we got was actually a present for my husband because he didn't buy himself anything to celebrate him graduating nursing school, getting the dream job that he wants, and now actually working the dream job that he wanted for a very long time. So he decided to fork it out. He was really debating and was flip-flopping, and I told him, I was like, you've been thinking about this for months now, ever since it's been out. For a while you've been thinking about it, but you've been thinking about it more lately. You might as well go get it. And he's like, it's true, I haven't gotten myself a new gaming console for 12 years. If you guys can now finally guess, once I said it, he decided to get himself a PS5. And I'm super excited for him, but I wanted to show you guys because, like, I'm so proud of my husband. He rarely spends a large amount of money on himself. He always gets necessity items that he needs, but never something for funsies. So he finally got something for himself, and I'm happy. I'm super happy that this is something that he's been wanting, and he's been talking about it for a very long time. So we finally got it, and I'm super excited, but I wanted to kind of update you guys on that because, you know, I kind of wanted to show it a little bit because it's been a while, and alrighty, so my camera cut off, but as I was saying, it's been 3 years since he's been wanting this, and we've saved up for it and decided to finally jump the gun and get it, and I'm super, super happy. and he wanted to get the Final Fantasy one, but he ended up getting the Slim. And this does not feel like the Slim. I'm gonna be real honest. This is huge and very heavy, by the way. Very, very heavy. So yeah, that was pretty much my update. It's a pretty long update. I don't know why my camera cut out on me, but that was really weird. Maybe it's because, no, it's not 7 o'clock. I thought because my alarm would go off, but I guess once it hits a certain time mark, it turns off. But I've never had that happen. I've recorded for hours and it never cut off. That was the first time it cut off. So that was super, super weird. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go and I will talk to you guys later. This is how short I am. Y'all could barely see me over my steering wheel. Anyways, I don't feel like propping my phone up, so I'm going to talk to you guys like this. I am heading to work. As you can tell, it rained yesterday. Oh, I hit my nail on this. And I am running really late for work, but at this point, yeah. And since it rained yesterday, the traffic is going to be hell anyways, so even if I had left early, I still would have been stuck in traffic and was late anyways. So it wouldn't matter. But I wanted to update you guys on my reading progress. I've read way much more and I'm almost done. I have this much left and I'm really, really loving this so much. I am having such a good time and I love Aaron as a character. I love him so much. He is like the perfect male character, which I know is not realistic, but honestly, I love him. He is great and I couldn't ask for better. Also, again, I am sorry, but it's hilarious to see how short I am in my car. So there's that. I'm tired. I'm really tired, guys. I'm really tired. And it's very gloomy. But it's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. It is... Ow, I just bit my tongue again. It is at 66 degrees, which is usually cold for me, but it's actually really warm. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get going now, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later after work. Alrighty, so I just got off work. It has been a super busy day, so I wasn't able to do any reading, and I'm super sad about it. Also, I went to go wipe my nose, and I popped a pimple, and it absolutely hurts. And I'm upset about it. Not because I have a pimple. I'm upset because when I get pimples in random places, it means I'm about to start my period. And so now I'm upset at the idea that I'm about to start my period. And I hate being a woman sometimes because periods absolutely suck. And I'm pretty sure us ladies out there definitely understands how I feel because it absolutely is the worst. I get random cramps, I get random cravings, and I get random pimples. And sometimes it happens here and there. I only get 1 or 2 of those symptoms, or I get all 3. It's never, a nice one. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And I'm gonna rant about it. So I'm sorry if it's TMI, but I just have to rant about it. But now, since I'm off work, I'm gonna head to the library because I have a hold waiting for me, and I'm super excited because I have been waiting for this hold for a very, very long time. My library has like 2 copies of this book, and I have been wanting to read the first book to the series for forever, and they don't have it because there's always a long waiting list. There's like 20 people in line for this book, and I was like, I'm not gonna put my name. I'm just gonna go to my other library to see if they have it. No, my other libraries don't. They either have 1 copy and it's checked out and there's 15 people in line, or the library is too small and they don't have it. So finally, this year I decided I'm going to put my name on the hold and just wait. And it finally came in for me. Yes, did it take like 5 months? It did. But I finally can now go pick up this book, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm going to take you with me to go pick this book up so you guys can see what book I'm talking about. It is the first book in a series that's very popular, and it's by a really popular author. And his first name starts with a B, and his last name starts with an S. So if you can guess what book I'm talking about, leave it in the comments, because then I'll show you guys if you guessed right. So pause this video, put your guess in the comments, and then see if you're right. Alrighty, I hope you guys put your guesses in the comments because I'm going to show you guys the book that I have been waiting for, and I have been on hold for over 5 months, and that is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I have been wanting to get into epic fantasy, high epic fantasy, and Brandon Sanderson is the name that keeps popping up every time I'm looking to read some epic fantasy, and all my bookish friends and booktube and TikTok and Instagram has all recommended Brandon Sanderson. So hopefully I was not steered in the wrong direction. That is the doorbell. Alright, that was my work phone. Excuse that. But yeah, so I'm super excited to get into this. I'm also really nervous because, like I said, this is going to be my first epic fantasy, and this book is over 500 pages. But I have read books over 500 pages, and I am able to knock it out. However, I know that epic fantasy is more difficult to get into because there's a lot of information. There's so much world building and so much intricacy. And honestly, this font is tiny. So, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. And now I'm going to head home. So, yeah. Every time I start recording, sorry, my dog likes to whine every time I record, so yeah, but I wanted to give you guys an update. Sorry I look a little disheveled, I just finished working out, but I realized I didn't update you guys, so I did finish the Spanish Love Deception, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it very much. As I mentioned at the beginning, I did have an issue with the writing style because it felt very choppy and repetitive, but it did get better later on in the story, so I'm happy about that. Now, the meat of the story was definitely the middle of the book. It was so good. If I were to rate just that section of the story, definitely a 5-star out of 5. It was so good. The angst, the tension, the chemistry, was so good. I was like yearning for them, and I was like, ooh, that chemistry was so good. Like, you could just feel it coming out of the pages. It was so fantastic. Though the sex scene can use a little bit of work, just saying. There's some smut in here. It could use a little bit of work. It kind of threw me off a little bit, but yeah. But overall, I did really enjoy the middle half of the story, and then towards the end, I felt like the author just threw an extra problem in there because the main character made such a big deal about this issue, and she brought it up frequently throughout the book, but then it came to the issue, the problem that she thought was going to be such a big thing, and then it was resolved in like a paragraph. Literally, it was like pages of her like worrying about it, being so anxious about it, and then it was just resolved. And I don't know if the whole purpose of that portion was to kind of show the main character that, hey, you're making such a big deal out of this, but really it's very simple. There's not going to be an issue. So I don't know if that was the purpose of it, or it was supposed to be a bigger issue, but then she just didn't feel like making it a bigger issue and just kind of like ended there. I have no idea. But overall, I did very much enjoy this. I really loved it. And I'm going to give it a 4.5 stars because of the minor little issues that I have. It can't be a full 5 stars because I was a little bored in the first half. And then I got really bored at the last half. But the whole middle was what really, really made me love the story. So it's still a 4.5 star out of 5. So I have 4 more books on my TBR. And honestly, I got this one late, so I might not read this one yet. And then I got this one a little later than these two. So I think my next 2 read will be one of the 2. I just dropped my book. One of these 2 Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I think I'm going to start with this one. This one is one of her most recent releases. So I'm going to go and read this one and then this one next. And then now I'm going to have to go pick up the book. But that is my reading plans for tomorrow, is one of these 2. Most likely this one. And hopefully I can fly through these and finish it. Who knows? I highly doubt I'm going to finish 2 books in one day. But who knows? It can happen. I am so upset right now. My eyes are so irritated that I am losing like the inner corner of my lashes. But not only that, this car right over here, right there, that white one, almost hit me while we were coming into work. He doesn't work for my company, which thank God, because that would have been awkward. But I'm upset. Like, why are you driving 70 miles per hour on an in street? Like, he was upset because I was driving the speed limit, trying to make a right, and he went around me and legally went around, like, turning and overtaking me. I was like, what the I'm sorry that you're running late to work. That is not my issue. But yeah, almost hit me. That car right there almost hit me. Because apparently, driving 70 miles an hour on an in street is the prerogative at 6:45 in the goddamn morning. Alrighty, so it's Friday. I just got home from work and I wanted to update you guys. I did start the Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. My dog is having a fit for some odd reason and I don't know why. But I started this last night and I was reading it, and then I realized that maybe I should get the audiobook of this because it was like kind of like an interview-esque type story. So I was like, I'm gonna get the audiobook and listen to it. And so that's what I did when I got off work today. I picked up the audiobook from my library and started listening to it. And honestly, so worth it. I definitely recommend listening to this over reading it because it sounds like a podcast. It's like two friends kind of talking to each other, except like a group, the band kind of like talking to each other. It felt like that, at least from the audiobook. So I am now 20% through this book and I'm enjoying it. I'm not the biggest fan of Billy. If you guys have read the story, then you know who Billy is and why I'm not the biggest fan, because I'm sorry. Just saying, you're becoming like your father, even though you said your father was a dipshit. But you're becoming like your father. I don't know if he changes. I don't know if he, becomes a better person. But right now, he's a piece of shit. And I don't like him. Just saying. And Camila, you strong, girl. You strong. I don't know if I could be you. But hey, to each his own, how you want to do is how you want to do. So yeah, but that is my thoughts so far of this. I definitely recommend the audiobook. It is a full cast, so there is different voices for all the characters. At least I think there is, and it's great. I loved it. And it's really nice. So I'm definitely going to be listening to this, and it's a very short audiobook. It's only 9 hours, so I feel like I could finish this today. But I think I'm going to relax since it is Friday and kind of chill for a little bit and then maybe continue on and finish this today. Who knows? We will see. But that is the update. I am going to go eat now. Alrighty, I just finished walking the doggo. As you saw, he's right there. So if you hear some panting, that is the reason why. There's the panting. But I wanted to give you guys an update because I've actually read 100 more pages of Daisy Jones and the Six, and honestly, I am not enjoying it. And I'm very surprised. I thought I would really like it, but really I am not. I don't like the band dynamic at all. I feel like they are not a cohesive band. I feel like nobody gets to say and only one person gets to make the decision in this band. And honestly, I just don't like that because it's a band. You guys make music together. Everybody should have a say in it. And it's getting to the point where that's happening right now. So maybe the band dynamic will improve. But honestly, I do not like Billy as a character at all. I didn't like him at the beginning of the story. I don't like him right now. And I am about almost 50% way through the book. And I'm still not the biggest fan of Billy. I really, really dislike him as a character. And I'm also not the biggest fan of Daisy either. And I think she's purposely supposed to be that way, though. She's supposed to be kind of that arrogant girl who thinks she can do everything, and so you're not supposed to like her because she comes off as a know-it-all and that she thinks she's better than everyone. At least I feel like that's how it's supposed to come off. I'm not 100% sure, and I think it because of her past and how she was raised, I want to say, but I could be wrong because like I said, I'm only in the middle of this and you barely kind of get a little bit of who Daisy is. Like, you're getting snippet of her, but she's now more prominent in the story because now she's met the band, she's performed with the band, so now you're getting into the bulk of that. But honestly, I'm not really liking this. And I'm kind of just forcing myself to listen to this and finish it because literally I want to say I have like 5 hours left of the audiobook, so it's like maybe I should turn up the speed of the audiobook to make this go faster. I don't know. I'm not really enjoying it, and I think I might give it another 100 pages or so and see how I feel about it. But yeah, it's not sitting too good with me right now, and I'm a little sad because I had high hopes for Taylor Jenkins Reid, considering this is one of her like popular books. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have started with Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, because apparently that one is way much better, and so maybe I should have started with that. But I don't know. I don't know. So I have been listening to Daisy Jones and the Sixth, and I have about 2.5 hours left of the audiobook. And I am highly, highly considering DNFing this book. I have never been so disappointed in a book like I have been with this book in a very long time. I went into this thinking I would really enjoy it because I've heard so many good things about this book. And I don't like it. I despise almost every single character in this book. They are insufferable. I am sorry, but if you're going to create a band but not work with each other, what kind of fucking band is that? Of course this band is not going to succeed the way you think it's going to succeed. I'm sorry. When you have someone in a band that is so fucking controlling, everything has to be his way or nothing, and it goes and changes shit behind the band's back without telling them about these changes, and then say that, oh, it's the producer's idea, it's Teddy's idea. No, fucking bitch. You need to advocate for your fucking band and not go behind their back. And you wonder why they're fucking mad. Oh, and it pisses me off because it's like, I'm sorry, that is fucking disrespectful to the people that you so-called are your friends, and you fucking do this shit. I cannot. And the shit that's going on between Billy and Daisy, I just fucking knew that it was gonna be a fucking disaster. This book just irks me. I cannot stand these characters at all. There's only one character that I can tolerate, and that is Camila and her children. And they're not even in the story that much at all. And the only reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Camila, because if I was in her shoes and the shit that she had to deal with her husband, I would have left a long time ago. And that's the only reason why I don't like her as a character, because if I was in her shoes, I would have left. I get where she's coming from, where you want to work on your marriage. I 100% understand that. But the shit that her husband put her through, girl, you deserve so much better. You deserve to have a man that fucking truly loves you and doesn't do the shit that he's doing to you in this book. And it makes me so mad. I'm sorry. Oh, but there is one character I do really like in this book, actually, and it's Simone. She is Daisy's best friend. I do like her. She and I think, would have been great friends, because she's that type of person who's like, I'm going to tell you if you're fucking wrong, because I'm your friend, and I'm not going to tell you that you're right all the time, because I'm going to tell you to give you the best choices in life, because I want the best for you. And that's the kind of friendship I like, and I love that. So, you know what? Simone is great. But right now, this book is sitting at a 1 star for me. I'm not enjoying it, and I'm very sad. I'm so disappointed because I have high hoped for this book. I have high hopes for this book, and it's just not there. It's not. But I'm so close to being done. I only have 2.5 hours left of the audiobook, and I just want to finish it. But I really am just trudging through this. Like, I'm so close to the end, and I want to know how the band ended up breaking up, because there has to be some conflict for it. But honestly, I have a feeling I know why they broke up, because it's kind of fucking obvious. But yeah, I'm sorry there's a lot of spoilers in this, but honestly, this book has been out for a while, so I'm sorry if I spoiled y'all. But honestly, I am not having a good time at all. I have read 2 disappointing books so far this year in this month, and I'm so sad about it. Oh my god, I'm just upset, And I'm hoping that I will like Taylor Jenkins Reid's other books. Maybe this one just doesn't fit with what I like to read. But I did have high hopes. Like, I love music. I love bands. I thought this would be great. The audiobook was fantastic. I think if you're going to go into this and pick this up, listen to the audiobook because I think it's great. I love the different people that voice the characters in here. It's really nice to kind of see like everyone has a different voice instead of like one person just narrating the whole thing. And it, like I said, it feels like a podcast. It feels like an interview that you're sitting here and listening to. So it's nice. But that's the only positive thing about it. If I wasn't listening to the audiobook, I don't think I would be able to get through this. I probably would have DNF'd it way long ago. And this book is not even that long. I'm going to be real honest. It's about, I want to say, no, this is the acknowledgement. Nope, that was the interview. This is the acknowledgement. It is 351 pages. And the last few are just lyrics that I really don't care about. And am I going to read it? Definitely no. So the story ends about right... I cannot get the pages. There. Just ends right there. This is how much I have left. And it's just like, do I want to stick through it and just deal with it? I'm so close to the end. Am I really just going to give up? So I'm going to try to finish it. And I'll get back to you when I do finish it. But I'll tell you this. This has been very disappointing. And I'm sad about it. And I just saw a little dust bunny flying everywhere. I'm so mad I'm kicking up dust. But yeah, that is my thoughts so far on this. Guys, I am really disappointed in myself. I somehow injured myself in the most dumbest way possible. I was putting my keys in my pocket, as somehow the way my keys were placed in my pocket, or how I stuck it in, I don't know, I cut my finger with my house keys. Yes, you heard that correctly. I cut myself with my house keys. How is that possible? I do not understand. I was just putting my keys in my pocket like a normal person, and I somehow injured myself. It makes no sense to me. And if you're wondering which finger I injured this one. You can actually see the little red mark right there. So there's that. Anyways, I went to the grocery store with my husband when he got home because I needed to pick up some food. I eat a ton of carbs because I love bread, and I recently got some butter, so I'm super excited to warm up my bread and have some butter because I love carbs. Judge me all you want, but I love my butter and bread. Anyways, I wanted to update you guys because when we went to the store, my husband had to use the restroom. So while he was using the restroom, I ended up listening to the rest of the audiobook of Daisy Jones and the Six. I just ended up putting the audiobook on 2x speed and listened to it and just finished it. And honestly, the ending of the book didn't change how I feel. I feel the characters were very insufferable. I will have to make an amendment to my comment in my last update saying that I found all the characters insufferable. Well, I forgot about Pete Loving. He wasn't really much in the story. He was there, but not really there. He didn't make a lot of comments within the interview of this story, so I will make amends on that because he was just kind of there. I don't really have an opinion on him, so there's that. But overall, I really didn't enjoy any of the characters. I didn't like any of the characters besides Simone. She is still my favorite character. I think she's the only character I like in the story. But everybody else that is the main character in the story, I could not stand any of them at all. And the one thing I will have to say that the story did well. There's two aspects of the story that I really liked. And that was kind of it explaining the behind the scenes of rock and roll and getting into drugs, going to parties, and kind of just things getting out of hand where the characters in the story didn't realize how much they were getting into, how much drugs they were taking, and how it kind of took over their lives. So I really appreciate how well the author wrote that portion of the story because it was depicted very well, but it wasn't like in your face where you're like, wow, that is very graphic. I think Taylor Jenkins Reid walked that line very well because she got the point across just enough and not too much where you're just like, ugh. So I think she did really good on that. So I do have to warn you, there is drug abuse, alcohol abuse, rehab, abortion, and I think that is pretty much, and I would have to say an abusive relationship. So if those are very triggering for you, that is part of the story. So if you're interested, I want you guys to be aware that that is some elements that are part of the story. Another thing that I think Taylor Jenkins Reid did really well was explaining how different point of views and their thoughts on a certain situation. So everyone could be there, everyone could witness a scene, but how people perceived that scene was very different from each other. And I thought that that was what is that word? Anyways, how she wrote it worked really well, and you got to see how a story could be spun out of context or spun so differently depending on who you spoke to, because someone could have seen it as a cat fight, as it really was a really, really bad fight, but someone who was part of the fight was like, oh, it was just like fighting with my sibling. So how people see it and how people perceive a scene can be very different, and I thought that was pictured very well. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I cannot think of the word and I cannot formulate my words. I'm having trouble. But yeah, so overall, it's still a 1-star for me. I'm very disappointed in this read, and I'm very sad about it. Alrighty, so my camera had died, so I wasn't able to finish what I was saying, but I wanted to end the vlog here. So my reading week this week was alright. I read 2 books. So I read The Spanish Love Deception and absolutely loved it. I gave it a 4.5 stars. And then obviously, as you guys know, I finished Daisy Jones and the Sixth, and this one was a very disappointing read. So overall, I read a really good book and a really disappointing read. So it was an okay reading week. If any of you guys have read either one of these 2 books, let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. But with that, I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys did, please like the video. And if you guys want to stick around and continue watching that I put out, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in my next vlog. Bye!